Hello. So today we're going to talk about just this whole fear that I think all of us have about putting ourselves out there. I just started reading a marketing book called Get Different by Mike Michalowicz, and I read almost all of his books because they're so helpful for entrepreneurs like myself. And here's a quote that stopped me in my tracks when I was reading this yesterday. Had to tell you about it. As much as we want to get noticed, we're also terrified of doing something noticeable. Oof. I can relate at a very deep level to that. I have a love-hate relationship with fitting in and standing out. I think I've always felt like, oh, I'm different, I'm weird, right? Weird was so bad back in the 80s and early 90s. I think it's better today. Like my kids really embrace being weird, and I don't know if that's me or just the culture has changed a little bit, but being weird was and different was not good when I was growing up. It was so frustrating to have to navigate that. I was the only girl in an all boys neighborhood. I was typically the only girl on a sports team. When I went to junior high and high school specifically, I was one of two Indians in a suburban Christian high school. And so I was trying to figure out like, how do I stand out and contribute? And how do I fit in at the same time? And it's really a mind bend. All this like watching, I just remember like some of the Disney stars, watching them grow up, or watching the way the media has treated some of our singers and celebrities. You know, they're humans creating art in the world, and they had the audacity to be so good they were noticeable. And the media and even individuals, being so harsh and critical of them. Um, I always thought I wouldn't want to wish fame on my worst enemy. And I think all of this stuff I think about a lot because I always felt like, oh, I'm going to have a really big audience someday. And I've been really attempting as much as possible, I guess, to resist it, a little bit of self-sabotage, a little bit of strategy. Um, but I wanted to build an online business so that I could stop wasting my life in a car in traffic in Southern California, and so my kids wouldn't have to go to daycare. And that was more important to me than being comfortable. But even when I started my business, I started with a podcast because then I wouldn't have to worry about showing my face on camera. So if you can relate to any of this, I want to let you know that, um, I get it. I really do. There's so much truth to this quote, and I'm going to add a little bit here. Um, if we are unnoticeable, we are broke business owners. And being fearful and broke is not what our community is about. This past Saturday, I was doing a workshop, and one of our clients so authentically shared that she was, struggling with doing social media because every time she saw herself on camera, she'd be really critical. And we just kind of had to talk through that. And I said, maybe this is mean, but hopefully, I think she got it in the way I said, I'm less concerned with your criticism of how you look than I am concerned with the fact that you feel broke. And that is the problem we are trying to solve, the income problem that a lot of people have in their businesses because of all of this other stuff. And so if we want to have profitable businesses, we need to make sure that people notice our efforts to connect. We have to be different. Somebody shared at the end, this was a breath of fresh air because I think our community is striving to be different than everyone else, not the same. But that means we're going to stand out, but hopefully in a good way. But we cannot blend in with everybody else. And this is really hard to swallow because we see what everyone else is doing and we're naturally comparing and wanting to mimic and model. And there are parts of it that are going to be things that we want to model because it's wisdom. And then we want to add our own special sauce to it to make it different. Now, today, what I'm going to do, in addition to letting you know I get it and I can relate, is I'm going to share with you some of the things that I use to keep me present as an online business owner, to make sure that I'm continuing to put myself out there so that we can help as many people as we can to go from where they are right now, which is maybe not such a great place in their business, feeling unskilled, unconfident, sad, broke, to feeling confident, prepared, getting good results when they talk to people and seeing their income grow and having hope for the future. So the first challenge, I don't like how I look. I tend to be self-critical. Here's my answer. When Haley was 3, my younger daughter, she was going to go to preschool and her necklace broke. And so she cried and she says, "Now I'm not going to be beautiful today." And I stopped her and I said, "No, no, 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 no. The most beautiful thing you wear is your smile." And so what I'm going to encourage you to do is let your smile brighten the news feed, and people will not be able to look at whether or not you have a blemish on your face. Nobody cares when they're so distracted by your positive energy and your smile. Second challenge, is this going to bother someone? Whether this is outreach, whether it's social media, whether it's showing up to something in person. This is the wrong question, my friend. If we ask the wrong question, we'll get the wrong answer. We will get the wrong result. The right question is this helpful to at least one person? I was trained as a public speaker, and one of the things that the advice that they gave us was focus on one person in the audience, not everyone. Now, not only does that help me with my nerves, but it also makes it feel more personal to everyone in the audience. So focus on the one. That helps a lot. The third big challenge is this one of, okay, but what if I really try? Like if I really went for it, things would explode and I would never be able to handle it. This is called fear of success. I've heard it better explained as fear of responsibility by Todd Herman. And you are not the first person to blow up, but in a good way. There are experts out there, also me, but also out there whose job it is to help people to develop processes and systems so that they can grow unlimitedly. You do not have to play small in order to be a responsible business owner. Instead, get help building your infrastructure to allow for unlimited growth. Another thing that really helps me is this quote I read in option B by Sheryl Sandberg. And I don't remember who said it. Maybe it was an anonymous quote. If I fall, the me I am becoming will pick me up. And I need to have more faith in future Tasha, just like you need to have more faith in future you. In the same way, we have faith in the futures of our children and our friends, etc. Now, right above my camera here, there's a sticker, one of those labels that you put on your wall, and it's a quote by Dr. Seuss, and it says, "Why fit in when you were born to stand out?" And I keep that right there as a reminder because I still struggle with wanting to not be noticed and wanting to hide, but it is unacceptable for me to have a floundering business, let down my family, um, like, what about all the jobs I provide? I provide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jobs right now. So my fear is not able to run the company that would impact those 6 people. And not to mention the people out here that need high quality sales and leadership training with real talk that is personal and relatable. So here we are. I hope that something in this video has been encouraging to you and helpful to you, even if it's just understanding that you are not alone in how you feel. And also, we can be a community that shows up despite being afraid. This is what we call bravery, my friends. Now, if you would like our guidance and encouragement on how to navigate all of this or any of this, whether it's doing outreach for invitations, whether it's social media, whether it's stepping into stepping into leadership, please let us know. We have something for everyone at various price points to make sure that it's accessible. So we're here to help. And today I want to encourage you to be brave. All right, have a great day.